black pants and Jesus sandals. But I wore the sandals to show off my favorite socks. Check it out, front row. You guys showed up just in time just to see my cool socks. I'm addressing it because I spilled beer on my pants, and I just want to draw your eyes away from where I spilled. So we'll look at my socks, all right? That's what's important today. Sorry, I'm out of breath. I have asthma. And I can't stop smoking. What the hell? Anybody else smokers out there? Smoking? You don't have to be ashamed. You can make some noise if your lungs allow. You can make some noise. No worries. I smoke cigarettes. I started vaping. I still smoke cigarettes, but I started vaping to stop smoking cigarettes. It's obviously not helping. But I started vaping because I wanted to have, I felt like I was always taking myself out of the social happenings to go outside and smoke a cigarette. So I started vaping for the precious times with my friends. Now, because honestly, who knows about the back end? I have to imagine the combination of weed, cigarettes, and vapes won't last me long. Weed, cigarette, vapes. I don't have my inhaler. I think my body does hate oxygen, and maybe I'm feeding into it. That might be an issue. I didn't want to talk about any of that tonight, but I came up here out of breath, so I had to address it. I'm sorry. Whew. All right. I think we got through it. You got any parents out here? Parents in the crowd? Clap your hands. You got kids? Hell yeah. Some proud parents. Man, be kind to seem annoyed at the thought. She was clapping her hands, but she also looked away and rolled her eyes at the same time. Like, oh, you're going to make me remember? Fine. That's fine. I won't dwell on your situation. My kids are going back to school nowadays. Hey, nowadays, you hear these kids going back to school? My son's going back to school this week, which is fucking awesome. I love my son, and him in school is only good because it's less time with me. I love my son, and I want the best for him, and I don't think that's time with me all the time. I don't think that I'm the best influence on my son. Like I said, I smoke cigarettes. I'm trying to be a better dad. I don't smoke cigarettes around my son. I don't smoke cigarettes with my son in the car, obviously. Unless it's my lucky cigarette, of course. Who am I to deny of those secondhand blessings? You know what I mean? It's generational wealth, folks. That's what we're supposed to be passing. Obviously, I don't smoke with my son in the car at all. That's just a joke. He waits outside while I warm it up. I got a routine that came far before this kid, alright? I'm not gonna let him fuck everything up. My cousin just had a new baby, fresh baby, just dropped. Like the album, not the fatality. My cousin just had a new baby. After she gave birth to the baby, she was forced to stay in the hospital for a couple of days after the baby got to go home because the doctors admitted her into the hospital because they said she had kidney stones and a uterus infection. I was like, damn, is that what they're calling the babies now? A uterus infection? Call them whatever you can as long as you can get rid of them. Am I right? Ladies? I don't have a strong stance. It's fucking your body, whatever. I don't give a shit. But I was watching Fox News the other day because I love it. No, it was just on. It's cool how bars will just trick you into watching Fox News sometimes. You're just like, oh, I come here because it's my favorite place. And sometimes they have right-wing commentary playing in the corner. But we don't really feed into it. On Fox News, they were talking about, obviously, I don't know if you guys are aware, there's more strict abortion laws going on in states like Tennessee and things like Alabama, and these are curbing the number of military enlistments because if you get stationed somewhere you don't have control of, and now you no longer have control of your body. That seems to be an issue for some people. Who would have thought? So anyway, Fox News is reporting on this, and abortion become military readiness. And I'll be honest, you have two choices there. Since the beginning of abortion or the beginning of the military. I think since the military began, there were like no pregnant people at all. If you're a man and you become pregnant, get the fuck out of our military. You are a liability. You're gonna pop a baby out there, dude. That's 2 casualties. We press 1, our numbers go up, dude. The enemy wins immediately. Alright, you guys hung out for the most part there, and I appreciate that. Tough subject, I get it. We got any road trippers out there? Any guys like road trips, driving a lot? Hell yeah. When was your last road trip, man? Oh, you love it so much. Ohio? Why? I can understand why you're trying to block it out, yeah. Ohio is fucking different. Ohio is weird because you would imagine anywhere outside of Michigan for the roads to get better. Ohio is the one exception to me, and I think it's because the drunk drivers are so prevalent there. And at least I thought it was drunk drivers until I saw the potholes, and then it just seems like everyone's swerving, which I understand. I'm on the road a lot, which is bad for me because I don't know shit about cars. My dad didn't have a dad, so some lessons don't get passed down. I don't know shit about it. My check engine light has been on for so long that when it finally turned off last week, I was like, oh shit. Wait, now we got a problem. I've been struggling with my masculinity a lot recently. I don't know, what makes a man? I'm not sure. Is it knowing a lot about cars? Or guns? Maybe wrestling? I don't know. I think the manliest thing you can do is bitch and moan about a problem you made yourself. I think that's something. Oh, we got some culprits in the room? Alright, I think that's the manly. And if that's the height of manliness, fucking. You're looking at fucking Mr. Thank you. I was gonna say, what's the brawny guy? Anyways, doesn't matter. I'm Hunter Miles. I'm wearing a fucking lumberjack's outfit, so fucking vote for me on that.
Ordinarily on the ballot because my name is alphabetically superior, I'm right at the top. Today, all the way down there. So please try to remember that. My name is Brian. It's very simple. It's B-R-I-A-N. There's sometimes Y in there. Every day I get a text or an email from somebody who spells my name wrong and it comes across like a part of the human anatomy. Brain, thank you. Thank you for playing. I have some lovely party gifts for you over here. Yeah, Brain, every day. And so I figure if they spell my name wrong, I get to spell their name wrong. And so I just write back, thanks, liver. Sure thing, spleen. And then my friend Bob, I spelled his name with 2 O's. I call him Bobo. Yeah, I grew up adopted, and when I was a kid, there was, some of you are, roughly my age, and some of you may remember this. Kids would make fun of other kids for being adopted, and for me, they're like, Brian, why do you go home after school? You don't have a real family. You're adopted. I know, so mean, right? Well, I just told them, hey, at least I know my parents wanted me. Yours had to take whatever popped out. Yeah, I was actually adopted twice. The first one didn't take. The second time, I was in my 30s and I got reunited with my biological mother, and in my 40s, she adopted me back, which is very cool. And thank you for the awe in the other part of the room, I appreciate that. Yeah, no, I got adopted twice, and I was in my 40s, and my biological mother lived in Mississippi, and that's where they did all the paperwork. And so they used the paperwork date as my new birth date. So I have a Mississippi Mississippi birth certificate that says I'm 13 years old. Or as they say in Mississippi, I was old then. It's okay being 13, honestly. I mean, I don't have as much responsibility anymore. My wife tells me that my body is going to start going through some strange and wonderful changes. I told her if my voice drops again, she's not going to be able to hear me. She said that'd be okay. Yeah, growing up was really great. I've gotten to know my family really well now. We have a great relationship. We just had a family reunion, and I always forget how smart they all are. My mom is a nurse practitioner, so she's got a master's degree in nursing. Her husband, I call him Dad, he has a PhD in finance. My aunt is a PhD MD, so she's a doctor. Her husband is an attorney. Their kids, one is a PhD, her husband's a PhD. The other, he is a Chinese translator, and so is his wife. My other brother is a school teacher. He has a master's degree, headed toward a PhD, and my other brother and his wife both have PhDs in computer science. I'm a comedian.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel badly that I'm the only one who likes their job. No, it's great. I grew up in the Chicago area, and I worked on the radio for a long time, and I worked really hard to lose my Chicago accent, except the word Chicago. I try to sound like that. But my whole family speaks Southern, and when they pronounce my name, it comes across like B-R-I-I-I-I-I-I-N. Brian. Like, you guys cooking a turkey or making pickles? Which is it? One thing about getting to know them as well is I didn't grow up in the family with them. They grew up, in the South and so on. They all speak Southern. And the first time I ever talked to my youngest brother on the phone, I called up our mom's house. Hello? Oh, Brian? Yeah. Oh, hey man, a friend of mine just had a baby. We can go and hop on. We're going to play. Look at it. Can I talk to Mom? I thought I'd called Boomhauer from King of the Hill. I'll tell you what, man. The great thing about getting to know them and working with them, and I didn't grow up with them, so I didn't get to see them, go from this to this and stuff. But I was looking at their pictures with them, all the school pictures and everything, and it's the first time of me seeing them. And I started making jokes because that's what I do. So, you guys don't have any of me. And my brother goes, wouldn't it be creepy if we did? That's how I knew I had real family. I had a weird thing happen today. I hate working on plumbing. If you guys feel the same way, but I hate it. And every part of my toilet gradually broke today. I got in there, I was replacing this, I got that all set, next piece broke. Go to the hardware store, come back in, put that thing on, break the next one, take it to the hardware store, come back, put it all together. 3 trips, 3 different things that I broke while I was fixing the toilet. And I found myself wishing that Jesus would take care of my plumbing the way he has taken care of my sins. And then I realized Jesus is a carpenter. I think that's going to be it for me. Brian, please, if you will keep everybody going, he's going to have the 50-50 for you. He's got other people that come up here. So please keep it going here. Make sure you vote for me. I'm flying. I can send it out to all of your dollars. And please put your hands together for Brian B.
So something about me,
accept that about myself, but now I'm to the point where I just brag about it. 1 second. All right, everybody. Listen, the last time he took my picture was really bad, and then he put it on Facebook, so I'm preparing this time. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. I'll wait till you're ready. Go. Okay. Don't take this on my time. Yeah, that's good one. All right. So now I've accepted it about myself. I've accepted it about myself. I'm a fucking weirdo. It's okay. I'm to the point that I brag about it. Also, if that wasn't a good enough example, I'm to the point where I brag about it now. Like, it is quirky that I wear my glasses 24/7, right? Shower, sleep, sex, the important things. My glasses are always on. It is quirky that I will dance at any moment and I don't need music. Right? Like, there's enough music playing in my head, I don't really need to hear any out loud. It is quirky that Jar Jar Binks is my favorite Star Wars character. Yeah, because he's a fucking weirdo. I get it, right? I did once, though, have a manager that used to use the word quirky to describe me to everyone at work, and I did think that was odd, but then I realized she couldn't use punctual because I was late every day, and she couldn't use professional because I cried at my desk almost every day, and she couldn't use dependable because I quit, so she was limited. At that job, I worked as a call center rep at a credit union. Yeah, explains all the crying. Yeah. It was a hard job because people would tell me to fuck off for giving them their own account balance. Like, I'm really sorry that the $300 OnlyFans transaction overdrafted your account, but free porn is out there, so I don't know what to tell you. But what was really cool is that if they weren't just telling me to fuck off, they were saying whatever inappropriate thought came to their mind. Yeah. During my time there, I had a few people, men, old men, horny old men, and I've noticed a few of them here. They said to me that I had the perfect voice to work as a phone sex operator. Yeah. Now, I don't know what made them say that. My phone would ring and I answer and say, "Thank you for calling the credit union. This is Heather. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with today?" Professional, right? Apparently, they heard, "Hi, this is Heather. How can I pleasure you today?" No, but I can't talk sexy, clearly. I've learned actually that I can't be sexy at all. I've tried. A few years ago, I tried to be sexy for my husband. I put on the music, I put on the lingerie, I put on the strap-on. I did everything that I was supposed to do. Right? He was surprised. And he loved it. Yeah. He picked me up and threw me on the bed, right where I had put my glasses. Yeah. So all that work, we didn't even have sex because it was 4 o'clock on a Friday and I had to call my eye doctor before they closed. Yeah. It explains why I keep my glasses on during sex now. I know where they are. Little side note about that story. The first time I told that story on the stage was in front of my parents and my in-laws. Yeah, it was a little awkward, but not nearly as awkward as my parents asking what a strap-on is. Yeah, my therapist loved that. But overall, I don't feel too weird talking about sex in front of my family. My husband and I do have a baby, so everyone knows we've had sex once, Well, they know I've had sex, right? You can see that I've had sex. There's not really any proof my husband was the one that was involved. Except that my son looks exactly like my husband, or his brother, which, that's a problem for a different time. When my husband and I were trying to get pregnant, though, we didn't tell anyone. Like, I feel like that's a weird brag, like, hey, Guess how much unprotected sex we're having, right? You're clapping for that, thank you. Yeah. Like, we're doing it everywhere. The couch, the chair, the floor, the bed, the butt. Yeah, thank you. I like the giggle after doing it in the butt, it's a good one. But we finally did get pregnant, and when we told everyone, they were so happy for us. You know, and I was happy too for the first 2 months. Because that's when the morning sickness started. Yeah, and in my case, it was also afternoon sickness and evening sickness. It was great. Also, as an added bonus, every time I threw up, I peed my pants. Cool. So it got to the point where I started wearing adult diapers 24/7. Yeah, remember how I said I couldn't be sexy? It's a fun visual for you. Yeah, so my pregnancy was great. I had this beautiful pregnancy glow that was just toilet water backsplash. Right? And I had this great pregnancy waddle that was me walking in my pee-filled diaper. Really a magical time. After that experience, my husband and I decided no more kids. Yeah. So we scheduled a vasectomy. And leading up to his surgery, I tried to be the best wife. I said, honey, are you nervous? Is there anything that I can do to help you through this? And my friend overheard me and she said, hey Heather, do you remember like a year and a half ago when you were sliced in half like a magician's assistant to bring that baby into the world? They can take the scissors to his balls and he will be fine. Yeah, I'm here to tell you guys he made it through. He's fine, he's at home shooting blanks right now, everything is great. Right? And it didn't take long for me to realize the best thing about having a husband who has a vasectomy. Guess how much unprotected sex we're having? We're doing it everywhere. The couch, the chair, the floor, the bed. Not in the butt. We've been married for 7 years. We're done with that. Thank you for laughing at that. She gets it. Listen, my name is Heather Van Galloway. You can find me on Instagram at Heather Van Galloway. Thanks so much.
I was walking through this alley, and there's this bag of clothes that have a little note that said free on it. We don't need that note. We know it's free. You left it in an alley. That's the rule of the alley. Nobody's looking at your shitty sweaters like, hey, who can I pay for this? Y'all got Venmo? This is just my size. This is different. If you leave something in the alley, somebody's going to take it. It doesn't matter what it is. Clothes, couches, kids. If no eyes are on it, somebody's going to swipe it. And that's okay, because you can take advantage of the rule, you know? Like every piece of furniture I've ever gotten rid of has been in and out. I just take it down to the other end. That way people don't think it was me. Like somebody's going to need this three-legged come-stand food tonight. I did, yeah. Time to give back a little. I didn't know the alley rule when we first moved to California, though. I wasn't familiar. But this cute little bicycle had a little basket on it. I chained it up to a telephone pole in the alley. And my Amanda was like, yeah, I think that's going to get stolen tonight. I was like, oh, it's not. It's chained up. And she's like, yeah, it's in the alley. We see who hangs out back there. That's not a place for safekeeping. Well, the next day the bike was gone. She didn't say anything, you know, which I appreciated. Until a few days later, we were walking through our neighborhood and we saw this guy riding a bike formerly known as ours. And I called out, I was like, dude, that was our bike. And this guy, mid-turn, foot out, BMX style, just goes, you left it in an alley, and took off. And I could tell that Amanda was like kind of holding it back a little. I was like, no, you can say something. Yeah, go ahead. She's like, no, I don't think I really need to. Because it was kind of like that guy I told you so for me. So she's like, I mean, I would take $50 just to have that W again. Fair enough. We do love it out there though. Like right before Christmas last year, we got to go ice skating at the Hotel Del Coronado. That's this big fancy hotel. It's on an island. Really cool, man. Really fun. Can't do that here, you know. And going into it, I was a little nervous because I hadn't been skating forever. I was worried I might fall, look like an asshole. I did end up falling and looking like an asshole, but it wasn't while I was skating. It was on the way out of the rink. Like on the first step, I was doing fine. But on the second step, the tip of the ice skate hooked on this little threshold thing. And I just kind of flung forward into everybody's shoes. So for like 2-3 seconds, I'm laying there. I feel like an asshole. I smell like a foot. And then out of nowhere, I felt 2 arms scoop underneath my armpits and lift me up into the air. And this guy goes, "Oh my God, miss, are you okay?" Imagine his disappointment. And he puts down this potentially beautiful lady. She turns around. And it's just me. All sweaty from ice skating. With my questionable facial hair. I don't know what to say, man. It's just like, think you're handsome? Hot cocoa is not off the table? I felt bad, you know? Because it felt like I ruined one man's Hallmark Christmas fantasy. Like, dude thought he was really going to find love at the ice rink, and then surprise, kicking balls. Remember one time I was at the farmer's market in this place called Hillcrest. And Hillcrest is like, how would I describe Hillcrest? Hillcrest is like if Rumor's nightclub was a town. That's what Hillcrest is. And I was just like standing in line waiting to try some cheese I was never going to buy, you know? And this guy came up to me. And he goes, "Hey, just real quick, just gotta say to you, very quickly, congratulations to you. You are so brave. The road you're on is not an easy one, but you should continue to do what you do. For real." And I was just kind of like, oh. Did you see me at a comedy show or something? And this guy was like, "What? No, on your transition, right?" Now, nothing wrong or embarrassing about being trans, okay, so I wasn't upset. I was curious. It's just like, dude, which one do you think I'm going? Because I've been mistaken for a woman plenty of times, you know. Never directly in the middle. New for me. Alright, you guys, I've got it spelled. Thank you very much for